The Paperclip Murders, Chapter 5. They don't make murders like they used to. Mr. Woodchuck explained to me that he was a day trader in the investment firm of Pillar & Pillar, a swanky couple of identical twin brothers whose pictures floated around the financial pages of almost every newspaper in the state. In addition to their exorbitant finances, one of them was a high-profile tennis player and the other drove race cars. Both of them were used to having dames dripping off their arms and diamonds drizzling through their fingers. And those were two of my favorite daydreams. Dames and diamonds, not Pillar & Pillar. Anyway, Woodchuck worked with a couple of other guys, a Carl Brock and a Wesley Hennessy. Sometimes they went out to dinner, or wagged their gams on the dance floor with a peach or two. While they were by no means close, they maintained a friendly business environment and got along well, at least during the workday. And this is where it began to get decidedly more intriguing. 2 weeks ago, Wesley Hennessy pulled a penguin at an after-hours office party, right into the pool of one of the Pillar brothers. According to Woodchuck, Wesley was standing with the boys enjoying a martini and the attentions of a dame one moment, and then he ended up nosediving into the pool the next. Everyone thought he was clowning around, so no one immediately jumped in to save him, and by the time they realized he wasn't funning, it was too late to do anything but pull him out and call for the old meat wagon. The coroner indicated that he'd had water in his lungs, and the cause of death was listed as drowning. Cut and dried, right? Except that last week, 5 days ago to be exact, Carl Brock was driving his Buick to a meeting with his divorce attorney, and he was late, so he was speeding away from the office. He ended up meeting a semi-tractor trailer rig going the opposite direction, and the handshake was lethal, like a piano plummeting from 3 stories up meeting an apple pie. Trouble was, Carl had to cross 3 lanes of busy highway just to get to the semi. And that seemed like an awfully strange way to tell your ex-wife she can have the kids and the dog. The coroner was still trying to pull enough of him from the frame of the car to attempt an autopsy. In both cases, there were no notes, no threatening calls, no odd confrontations by masked people in elevators. And this was what had Mr. Woodchuck in such a frazzled state of the nerves, because he'd worked with those guys, and whatever he suspected was out to get them had got them, and that meant, to his mind, that he was next, and I couldn't do anything here but agree that he was probably right.